Okay, what I want to show you guys is how to create a transaction within ZipForms, add a document to that transaction, and then move forward. You want to get to car.org and then just click on the ZipForms link here. It's going to take you into the login page. Go ahead and put in your username and password and sign on in. It's going to take you to this page, which is a buffer page. It's going to validate your membership. Over here, you'll see the little spinny thing going on there, and then continue to ZipForms. And my particular page opens up on my transaction dashboard. So that'll come up here in just a second. Okay, you'll see up here it says transactions. So these are all my transactions. Yours isn't going to have anything there unless you've already created one. What I would recommend is to create a sample one. My sample one I've named miscellaneous here. And so the other place that you may end up is the dashboard. I don't usually like the dashboard because everything is centered here with recent activity. I always like to start off with transactions, okay, because that's what gives me the summary of all my transactions. There are different views that you can have here. I prefer this kind of view. I believe over here to the right, you can change that to this kind of view. I don't like that view. For some reason, I like the big rectangles instead. So to create a transaction, what you want to do is right here, click New. It's going to open this up. What is it? Are you wanting to create a new listing, a new purchase or offer? So what we're going to do is create a new purchase or offer, and that's going to bring up this page. You want to name your file something that you can remember. So you can see here in the background I have azevedo.cloverland. What that is the Azevedo family and their Cloverland property. So that's how I named that. So for you, if this is just a sample one, you may want to put sample transaction. And then what is it? Residential, condominium, multi-unit. Usually it's residential. Status is active. That's fine. I don't use templates. A lot of agents do use templates. You can research that later on how to create a template, and then you just save it, and it will create the basic folder for you. So what it's doing here is it's doing that, and this is the summary of the transaction. You'll see that this says summary here. There's no MLS number, there's no street address, there's no buyers, there's no lenders. So then what I like to do is go up here to where it says documents. I just go directly into documents, and you'll see that there's nothing here, it's blank. And here, there's nothing here, it's blank. But up here on the right, it says all forms. This is where the list of forms are that you will need. When you're writing an offer, what you're going to want is the residential purchase agreement. And you click on that, and it adds it to your list over here, plus it highlights the form that you have there. Once you do that, you just click out of it, and now it's here. Now you can open up the residential purchase agreement. And what is in this residential purchase agreement is the agency disclosure form, which is two forms, 2 pages. That is a required form. Possible representation of more than one buyer or seller is another required form. You have your wire fraud advisory as well as part of this package. And then you have your residential purchase agreement. This is the 10 pages that make up the purchase agreement here. And then when we get to the 10th page is the signature page, which is here. Then you also have your buyer's inspection advisory and the new California Consumer Privacy Act advisory. Once you have this form uploaded, now you can start adding information to it, and I will cover that in a separate video. What I mainly wanted to do here with this quick video is show you how to create a transaction, add a form. With this back button here, it takes you back to this page, which shows all the forms. So as you add forms, so let's add another form here. Let's say there's an addendum form, it adds it to the list. So that's how you add forms in the transaction. And we'll move on to another video where I show you how to fill out the form, a couple of tricks that there is to fill it out. Thanks.